A&E made the decision to suspend Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty indefinitely, and Republicans are not happy about that decision. One of those Republicans is, of course, Sarah Palin. She took to Twitter to comment about it, and she said the following: "Free speech is endangered species." God, her writing is hilarious.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Those intolerants hating and talking on Duck Dynasty patriarch for voicing personal opinion take on us all.
What is she saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
She's so stupid, man. She got taught one day that you're supposed to use the active voice. I've been saying this for a long time.
And she's struggled with it ever since.
So she says nonsensical things like, those intolerants hating and taking on Duck Dynasty patriarch for voicing personal opinion take on us all. Okay, all right, whatever. So now Sarah Palin knows that if someone misspeaks, it's not a big deal at all. So we'll get to her point of view on that in a second. But first, we have a clip of all the conservatives who are just outraged at what has happened to poor Duck Dynasty patriarch Phil Robertson here. And I know they're consistent on this, so let's watch them get enraged.
This is not rocket surgery. It's easy to figure out what is designed to go where. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
Listen, I always err on the side of free speech, and just because I'm offended, you know, as I said, people can say whatever they want to say.
Now, Honey Boo Boo, if she's going to get thrown off for talking about fat people, I mean, it's ridiculous.
He did not, as some have reported, equate homosexuality with bestiality. He did say this, quoting, "Everything is blurred on what's right and what's wrong. Sin becomes fine. Start with homosexual behavior and just morph out from there. Bestiality, sleeping around with this woman and that woman and those men."
It's interesting. Please, it's political correctness that's gotten malignant. It's preposterous.
I don't think people should be fired. I think the marketplace should decide.
And you can expect to get some pushback from the Christian community on this as well.
Some parts of the human body were designed for certain purposes. Other parts of the human body were not.
It's not my point of view, but it's held by a lot of people, and until recent decades, it was held by a majority of people in the land.
Well, you know what? There's something called the First Amendment.
It is a place where many people still feel and think the way he thinks. So I personally, if you're asking me my personal opinion, I don't think he should be fired.
This is also freedom of speech, but also freedom of religion when you really think about it.
I agree, Elizabeth. I think you hit it on the head. This is freedom of religion.
Why can't there be a debate about it? Why can't there be a back and forth, a discussion? You know, that's how he feels, and then you say how you feel, instead of you are fired. I mean, you're basically canned, and no one else will feel comfortable saying similar things.
Intolerant of those who are forcing this draconian punishment of this man, and I absolutely reject it.
I think people should be allowed to say what they want, and if they hang themselves, they hang themselves.
This is a classic example of the word police, political correctness, whatever you want to term it. I'm not a fan of the word police. I believe in the United States of America, you should be able to say what you want.
And you start taking parts of the human body that were designed for one thing, and you start inserting them into other parts of the human body that were not designed for that, it's going to be trouble.
You know, so your message to the president of A&E?
Back off, dude. You know, have a holiday drink. Just get over it. Everything is not the end of the world.
Okay. So now look, Anna, this is not the end of the world, okay? This is political correctness that's become malignant. I know these guys care about the First Amendment, right?
They do. They want to allow people on networks to say whatever they want to say because they just really believe in the Constitution.
And Megyn Kelly nailed it there. Debate and discussion. Not kicking people off the air. That's why when Martin Bashir said something nasty about Sarah Palin, they backed Martin Bashir 100%, right?
Totally.
So let's go to the videotape and see what actually happened.
Bashir has apologized. No action by NBC has been taken against him yet.
No action has been taken by MSNBC or NBC against him yet.
It is stunning to me, Bill, that MSNBC has not suspended Martin Bashir for a substantial period of time, nor has MSNBC executives said a single syllable to denounce this kind of vitriol, which leaves the impression that maybe it's acceptable.
As for the, the networks condoning those type of statements, because there's been no punishment of the fella who said these words, that's hypocrisy.
How lovely to have such apologists rush to your side and excuse what normal, decent people saw not only as homophobic slurs, but far worse.
They own it. They run it. Okay? They allow it.
It's so vile and disturbing, and yet nothing's being done about it. It's so gross I didn't even want to cover it, and yet the insult is huge, the injury is huge, and the response is non-existent?
Anna, nothing is being done about it. Damn it, you got to do something like suspend the guy.
Look, this is exactly why A&E has suspended Phil Robertson, okay? And by the way, Martin Bashir got fired, okay? He was forced to resign. But in the case of Phil Robertson, okay, he's suspended indefinitely. There's still an opportunity for him to come back. Who knows what the future holds for that guy, right? It's just incredible to me, and it should make them realize why A&E made the decision that they made. They made that decision because they are worried about their image, okay? They are supportive of the gay community. They don't like the fact that their most popular show has a patriarch who talks about how much he doesn't like gay people.
So, one insult towards Sarah Palin, and it was a bad one.
It was definitely a bad one.
About, you know, somebody should defecate in our mouth. Okay, that's bad. That's bad, right? And that's it. First Amendment's bullshit. Doesn't count. He should immediately be fired. It's outrageous that he's on for an extra minute on MSNBC. But it's not about a class of people. It's not saying, hey, you know what, you should all hate these kind of people. It's directed at one particular politician that Martin Bashir does not agree with. Now, if you smear all gays and you say, well, the Bible is against them and they're like people who have sex with animals, well, come on, Anna, that's the First Amendment. That's not hateful. No, no, no. They love gays as they tell you how terrible they are. And that's just a debate and a discussion. And then if you notice, there was Michelle Malkin's clip in there. She was talking about Alec Baldwin at MSNBC. He had a homophobic slur. Well, obviously you should be suspended for anything that's homophobic, right? Right, Fox News? That's awesome.